Hello, Jessica and Quinn. I think we are live. So I'm really excited to show you this property here on radio. I like it. It's kind of a cutie. So as you kind of saw from your Google Maps, we are right across the street from a canyon, right off of 60th. You've got a nice big driveway here. It could fit at least 2 cars, but it is a bit steep. And then you could definitely fit a car here in this space where I am right now. Just making sure. Perfect. Just want to make sure it's working. There's like a gate right here in the fence that leads to the backyard. And you can see the neighbors are close by. But there's a lot of privacy as well from the vegetation that's growing between the lot lines. There's some nice usable space here in the front yard. I'll kind of step into it. That has been graded, and you could definitely use for like planter boxes or a garden. It's kind of unique because this home is set up from the street. You could do a lot with this front yard and still have it feel very private. You could also add a fence if you wanted to kind of privatize it even more. We'll head into the house now. I'm gonna head up the stairs. The front steps seem to be in good shape. The house seems to honestly be in pretty good shape as well. Cute little front porch here, newer windows. The stucco looks to be in good shape. I'm stepping into now the living area. I'm noticing the wall heater. So this home does have the wall heater as its heat source and no forced AC because there's no ducting in this house. But this is very common to see, especially at the budget that you guys are working with. These wall heaters were original to, a lot of the homes that were built in this era. I really like the original hardwoods. They seem to be like they're in great shape. And it's kind of a nice flow in terms of kitchen to living space. Step into the kitchen now. For 2-1, this definitely is a pretty generous kitchen space. I like that there's so much cabinetry, a good amount of countertops, and even room for, like, they have a bistro table or even a little kitchen table could definitely fit in that corner. And here we are in the garage, which is the location of the washer dryer. There's 3 steps down into the space, but it's got a nice tall ceiling. You could put some great shelving above if you wanted to park a car in here. You'll notice it is an oversized height in terms of garage door. You've got 5 garage panels where there's usually 4 on a typical garage door. So this is a nice tall space. So again, I'm in the middle of the living room. I'll just pause here so you guys can get a feel for the space and what it offers. It's definitely, light and bright in here. The windows, like I said, are newer, so it's nice and quiet when the doors aren't opened. Stepping out of the living area, there's a nice little hallway with built-ins to my right. And I was surprised at the bathroom size. So for a 1-bedroom, this does have a pretty reasonable sized bathroom, which is great. You could definitely fit a larger vanity if you ever wanted to expand it. You could definitely incorporate more storage the way that they have with this like storage stand. This is the first of the 2 bedrooms. It's a good size, probably a 12 by 10. It's on the smaller size or smaller side as would be expected, but the closets are reasonable size. We'll get the camera in there so you can see. And then the primary bedroom is a little bit bigger. And this is a king size bed, I think, because it's really large. And you can see there's room for nightstands on either side. This room accommodates the king size bed, so I know it's bigger than the room that John and I sleep in. And then it's got, again, a reasonable little closet. And what's great as well, what I really like about this, is that there's definitely some love needed in the backyard, for sure, that I'll show you guys. So this is the backyard. I'll step off the deck so you can get an understanding. I mean, there's gutters. The structural integrity of the property looks good. Even though there is some risk of erosion in the backyard, as you can see, this has probably really experienced some pummeling over the last few weeks with all the heavy rains that we've had. But honestly, I'm happy to see that it doesn't look worse. A lot of the grass that's here seems to be holding it in place. There is vegetation and kind of some trees and shrubbery against this hill as well. So those roots are probably holding a lot of the dirt in place. But you can see there's a nice side yard that they've utilized here. The lot does extend to this upper fence. So over time, you know, a really good improvement for this would probably be to build some kind of retaining wall structure, or building up planter beds, or doing some grading, because you do own this land here to the left of me. But as you can see from the ground, there has been some erosion over the last couple of weeks with the amount of rain that we've had. So just something to note. This is like the only, not even that it's necessarily like a red flag, but it's just important to note that on this property there is definitely some erosion happening in the backyard. I do love this deck though. I feel like they've done a really nice job building out a generous, enjoyable space here in the side yard. Because you're set up so far from the street, it is very private up here. And you can't really even see your neighbor to the left. You do have some neighbors up on the hill that can look down a bit, but honestly there's so much nice vegetation up on the hillside separating your space and theirs that they really can't look down into the yard, which is nice. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Overall, I feel like it's a cute little place in regards to your budget and what I think we're, you know, looking at in regards to houses. This one does seem to be very well maintained, very well upkept. The neighborhood has been up and coming the last few years. It's definitely appreciated a good amount. I love that there's new windows in this space, window treatments in regards to the shades. Let me just make sure there were newer windows in here too. Yeah, it seems like we've got newer windows throughout, which is really wonderful. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm excited for you to check it out.